Right now, the Whitewater community is searching for answers tonight, 1 week after a newborn baby was found dead in a field. Also, a first warn alert day for tonight as we're getting another fresh round of snow. We'll share how much is expected. And the community in Jefferson County coming together to support a little girl with a rare neurological condition. Those stories and more coming up right now at 10. Another round of snow tonight for southern Wisconsin. Snow has been falling now for the last few hours across the region. This is what it looked like on I-3990 earlier this evening. Not much of a problem if you were driving. Thanks for joining us. I'm McKenna Alexander. As more snow continues to fall, the roads will be slick, so take it slow if you have to be somewhere in the morning. Let's go to meteorologist Alex Harrington, who's here now with everything you need to know about this system of snow. Alex?
Yeah, McKenna, even looking out here at East Washington and Stoughton Road right now, as we were just showing there behind you, McKenna, it's probably getting a little bit slick out there as temperatures dip down to around that 31, 32 degree mark, and that's that critical temperature that allows those icy conditions to develop. We got alert day conditions through Sunday morning for all of southern Wisconsin, looking at about 2 to maybe as much as 5 inches of snow, especially north of Madison by the time we get into your Sunday morning. And then things are going to continue to evolve as we go through your Sunday and into your Monday. Look at this here on high resolution radar. A lot of blue from Prairie to Sheen to Lone Rock to Madison to the Dells to Janesville to just about everywhere as we carry on through your Sunday night going on into your Monday. Future track radar showing continued bands of snow across southern Wisconsin, again amounting to 2 to 5 inches by the time we wake up on your Sunday morning. I'll break down all the travel impacts and then the grand snow totals coming up in just a couple minutes.
All right, thanks, Alex. And just a reminder, you can stay up to date on the weather with our First Warn Forecast weather app. It has hourly forecast, road conditions, and the latest radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC weather. And you may have already noticed some snowplow crews out tonight. Madison Streets Division reporting that 32 trucks are currently outside to plow and apply salt as needed on the main thoroughfares throughout town. Though it is not a full city plow, that's only for when there is 3 or more inches of snow on the road and the storm is at or near its end. And don't forget, we're losing an hour of sleep tonight. If you have any manual clocks around your home, don't forget to set them 1 hour ahead before going to bed. We spring forward overnight, but I think we'll all sacrifice an hour of sleep for more daylight from here on out. New tonight, community members in Whitewater held a vigil near the scene where a dead newborn was found last Saturday. Police officers made that discovery in a field near the Twin Oaks Mobile Home Park, which is about a mile north of the UW-Whitewater campus. Tonight, the community there came together for a candlelit vigil while seeking closure and looking for more answers.
There's a lot of anger and hurt to our community. I'm begging if anybody knows anything to contact the Whitewater Police Department and bring some closure to this.
Few details have been released in the case, with Whitewater Police citing an ongoing investigation. Stay with News 3 Now on air and online for the very latest with this developing story. A Janesville man accused of stabbing a woman multiple times last year has been found not guilty of attempted homicide due to a mental disease or defect. 19-year-old Asher Spitz faced a charge of first-degree attempted intentional homicide in the October 2022 stabbing that left a woman with life-threatening injuries. Spitz pleaded guilty but was deemed not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect. He was ordered to be committed to a mental health facility in Oshkosh. Police in Fitchburg say 5 vehicles were stolen overnight. 4 of those vehicles later located not too far from where they were taken, but one has yet to be found. This happened in 3 different locations west of Fish Hatchery Road near Madison's south side. Officers believe one of the stolen vehicles may be connected to other property crime in the area. In more local news, this week we introduced you to Amaya. She's a smiley 5-year-old who loves the song Mbop and the movie Trolls. And she's living with an extremely rare disease. Today, Amaya's community came together in Cambridge to support her family's goal of getting a wheelchair-accessible van so that she can experience as much of the world as possible. Braden Ross has the story.
For Kara Lowry, there's a long road ahead.
She was able to sit up on her own for a period of time, and one day it was like gone.
Her daughter Amaya has Rett syndrome, a rare disease that affects only 1 in 10,000 female births globally.
How have they been dealing with it? Graciously and patiently.
Amaya is confined to a wheelchair, which makes life a little more complicated.
I just worry about her safety, and I want to keep things as accessible for her as I can.
For Kara, this means trading in her Chevy Equinox for a wheelchair-accessible van. But without help, that's easier said than done.
Especially the working world isn't set up to, work around the difficulties that the parents of children with profound disabilities encounter every day. A lot of people with 2 incomes can't afford to go out and buy a new van. They're very expensive.
So they're turning to their community for help.
They're so deserving, and they're so generous and warm, open-hearted people that, it wasn't even a question. I was like, obviously, I'm going to help with this.
Their fundraiser Saturday is helping them raise money toward their goal of $50,000 to buy a van.
We have probably close to $6,000 in raffle and silent auction items here today.
It's very exciting. I'm very, very happy, and I'm just overwhelmed with, gratefulness, gratitude for the support that we've received. So,
for News 3 Now, I'm Braden Ross.
As of this morning, more than $5,000 has been raised for Amaya's fan. If you'd like to support her family's goal, you can find all the information you need over on our website at channel3000.com. More news tonight, a return to the Frozen Four for the Badger women's hockey team after beating Colgate this afternoon with a trip to Duluth on the line. The Badgers will look to bring home the 7th NCAA hockey championship in program history. Jordan will have more on the Badgers win coming up a little bit later in sports. The state capitol welcomed nearly 300 Girl Scouts today as part of Wisconsin Girl Scouts Democracy Day. Girls and their troops were able to meet elected female lawmakers, take tours of the Capitol, and learn more about what democracy is. The Dane County Board of Elections also brought in real voting machines so the girls could see what it's like to cast a vote, something they'll be able to do once they turn 18. Lieutenant Governor Sarah Rodriguez, who happens to be a Girl Scout troop leader, also spoke to the girls.
This is what being engaged in your democracy looks like. You get to lend your voice to the issues that you are passionate about. So events like today's Democracy Day are so important because young girls like you are our future.
And of course, a big part of the Girl Scouts is earning patches and pins. All Scouts who attended today were able to get a special Wisconsin Girl Scouts Democracy Day patch. We may be talking about snow tonight, but spring isn't too far off. And as the weather begins to warm up, you may find yourself thinking about getting back out on the water. To help inspire those dreaming of summer, Canoecopia returned to the Alliant Energy Center this weekend. It's considered the largest paddle sport consumer event in the world, with plenty of canoes, kayaks, stand-up paddle boards, outdoor equipment, and clothing for anyone looking for new gear to hit the water with. It's more than just a shopping event, though, as there are educational presentations where paddlers can learn more about specific gear to fit a specific style of paddling.
So this starts the season a couple months earlier than it might and inspires people, and we want people to be inspired. We want them to go out and stretch themselves a little bit and try new things, and it doesn't matter if they've never paddled before or if they're experts.
There's still one more day to check out Canoecopia. It runs from 10 until 4 tomorrow at the Alliant Energy Center. Right now, tickets cost $15 and are available at the door by cash or check only. Kids 17 and under can get in for free. In news across the U.S., a wild video out of Oregon shows a murder suspect's courthouse escape. This video is from about 2 weeks ago, but we're only just now seeing it for the first time. 28-year-old Eddie Villalobos was set to stand trial for allegedly stabbing 2 people in April of 2021. One of those victims died. Per Oregon law, all of a suspect's restraints, including handcuffs and leg shackles, must be removed in the courtroom during a trial. And when that happened, Villalobos ran, making it out of the courthouse. A manhunt ensued, and police later captured him 2 hours later after they received the report of someone trying to break into an apartment. Staying out west in California, where an atmospheric river is slamming the state. Now there are concerns of surging runoff and heavy snowpack that could devastate the areas that have already been through a brutal winter. Joy Benedict brings us the story.
Racing to dig out and stock up as already overwhelmed mountain communities struggle with rain and snow melt that could destroy even more homes.
I'm calling it a white tornado.
In Crestline, Don Turek looks at what's left of his home. Not much, with the roof in the living room and in the kitchen.
This thing came down in a 7-day period like never before.
David Daniels lives around the corner, or at least he used to, before his roof also collapsed.
First time into my life. I'm 60 years old and I'm homeless.
But Central California bore the brunt of this storm. Early today in Pajaro, a levee failed, prompting round-the-clock rescues by the National Guard. Throughout Monterey and Santa Cruz counties, beaches are littered with debris and miles of road are impassable due to rock slides, mudslides, and collapsed pavement. Further north in Kernville, this is just one of at least a dozen rivers that overflowed, with officials monitoring 30 more statewide. In San Francisco, the winds and rains caused a massive tree to crush several cars. Caltrans has been working around the clock, and this month alone has cleared 45 million cubic yards of snow. That is enough snow to fill 100 Rose Bowl stadiums. Joy Benedict, CBS News, Crestline, California.
Still tonight on News 3 Now, the Shamrock Shuffle returned to downtown Madison this morning. How this race is helping shape the future of the youth in Dane County when we come back.
How you sleep sets your entire life in motion. So live your best life by getting your best sleep on a Doctor's Choice mattress. The perfect combination of support and comfort.
In fact, I've been recommending it to my patients for over 20 years.
Visit us in-store or online and discover all the benefits of Doctor's Choice, only at Denver Mattress.
Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2.
He's going to speak now.
The bad news. Most cell companies only give you discounts if you meet their hidden requirements.
I bet he says the good news now.
The good news. US Cellular gives you $830 off any phone when you choose an unlimited evolved plan. No plan restrictions or trade-ins needed.
So nice.
So, friend who always has a broken phone can finally get a new one.
It's just a scratch.
It's broken.
No.
Oh. It's busted.
We're good. Oh, no.
Get $830 off any phone with no hidden requirements. US Cellular, built for us.
Alien tape is strong enough to hold this fishbowl on a moving car. Just peel and stick and make anything stay in place quick. A wooden shelf, a basket to glass, rugs to the floor, and so much more. Alien tape sticks to brick, pavers, marble, tile, plastic, even leather. Nothing works better. Alien tape secures in seconds, then twist, pull, and rinse to reuse. You're dying to try it. Here's your chance to buy it.
Call 1-800-490-1347 or go to tryalientape.com. That's 1-800-490-1347.
Two candidates for Supreme Court, two very different beliefs. Judge Janet Protasewicz, she believes women should have the freedom to make their own decisions on abortion. Extremist Dan Kelly, he supports the 1849 law that takes away women's rights and criminalizes abortion, even in cases of rape, incest, and health of the mother. So who represents you? An extremist or a common sense judge? Vote by April 4th.
The last couple of years have been difficult, and for some, it's getting even harder.
In Wisconsin, nearly 22% of adults have reported having a mental illness.
Meanwhile, a shortage of therapists, long wait times, and limited resources at the county level have left many behind.
People that are accessing our resources are everyday people that society may view as doing well. It's the people that historically aren't doing well. It's everyone.
News 3 Now is taking action, reaching out to our community to lend a helping hand.
Taking action by teaming with our neighbors and local leaders to help make this amazing community we share a better place to live.
Taking action for South Central Wisconsin. News 3 Now.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Taking a look now around the Midwest to Illinois, where the Chicago River has turned green in an early celebration of St. Patrick's Day. The iconic dyeing of the river occurs the Saturday before St. Patrick's Day and is on the same day as the city's St. Patrick's Day parade. Well, St. Patrick's Day may still be 6 days away, but you may have thought it was today with all the green downtown this morning. The Shamrock Shuffle returned to State Street in downtown Madison. It's a 5 and 10K race put on by the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County around St. Patrick's Day. But because the holiday falls on a Friday this year, organizers figured they'd hold the race ahead of the holiday rather than after. Money raised by registration for the event goes right back to the club's mission to create more opportunities and better futures for kids in our community.
This event over the last decade has raised close to $500,000 for kids in this community. And because of you, we've helped thousands of kids graduate from high school and go on to college.
All runners got to take home their race bib and a commemorative t-shirt. Congrats to everyone that participated this morning. It's a good thing that run was this morning and not tomorrow, Alex, with that fresh snow we're seeing.
Yeah, indeed, McKenna and folks. Good to see people in green, especially when we got all this white to talk about with our alert day conditions overspreading all of southern Wisconsin, carrying on through your Sunday morning. Snowfall amounts of possibly 2 to as much as 5 inches of snow, especially north of Madison. And again, this is all of southern Wisconsin. To the north, we do have winter weather advisories until 1 p.m. on your Sunday for Juneau and Adams counties, but Marquette and Green Lake counties are also going to be pretty close to some of the heavier snow totals when this whole system has moved its way through southern Wisconsin. Let's take a look at our friend here, the Future Track model showing critical temperatures across all of southern Wisconsin. 31 Lone Rock, 31 Madison, 33 in Janesville, a little bit warmer down there. And to the north up towards Camp Douglas at 28, it's going to allow the freezing of those area roadways. And as we put Future Track into motion here, it does kick the snow shower activity more towards the Columbia, Dane counties, areas off towards Dodge and Jefferson counties as we carry on into your Sunday. And of course, areas to the north up in Juneau and Adams, Marquette and Green Lake counties keep the snow shower activity going. As we go later into your Sunday, the low pressure system moves in from the north and the northwest, and that brings more periods of scattered snow showers across the area. Maybe even a little bit more sweeping in as we go towards that school rush hour time on your Monday. Let's break the snow down here for you. Again, 2 to 5 inches by Sunday morning, mostly to the north of Madison, maybe another inch or two, mostly to the north of Madison as we go into Sunday evening, and overnight, maybe 1 more inch of that snowfall across the area. Across all of southern Wisconsin, by the time all is said and done, we're looking at 3 to 6 inches, fairly widespread across much of the area, lesser amounts towards the Wisconsin-Illinois border, and then towards the north, could be looking at that 6-inch total. Well, here are my graphics here as we take a look at our road conditions. Wet roads going to snow-covered roads as we go into your Sunday, and then turning wet mostly as we head later into your Sunday as those temperatures start to warm up. So once we get past this alert day on Sunday, temperatures will take a little dip there, McKenna and folks, but I think the luck of the Irish is in our favor as temperatures start to boost into the 40s as we head towards the end of the work week. A little cooler next weekend, and then we bump back up as we head out into that following work week. And got to have a little bit of fun with the winter here. Here is Fozzie, Dave Kunzman sending us these photos, and look at the icicles as well. And got to put this one in here too. We've got, again, thanks to Dave, we've got Chili and Cold the Cranes here outside right now having a blast. Maybe not so much of a blast with our winter blast.
I was going to say, at least in the winter, even though it's cold, the pictures can be so pretty and it is beautiful, and wherever we get fresh powder like this, as annoying as it is this late in the season, it's so pretty outside, as long as you're inside.
It is super pretty, and for our bird friends and our dog friends, it's a little confusing. I think it's confusing for us,
It's confusing for me. It's March. I being from the south, I mean, I've gotten used to it now, but for the longest time, March meant spring. Spring didn't mean snow, so I'm having to get used to it now.
Let's just hope we're not getting snow in April and May.
I really hope not.
Me too.
All right, thanks, Alex. Okay. Since it being introduced decades ago, car seat technology has improved dramatically in recent years. And experts with Consumer Reports say their tests show the latest safety innovation could significantly cut the risk of head injuries on the road.
With a 1-year-old and another one on the way, Natalie Gerstein knows her top priority when looking for a car seat: safety.
Baby stuff is always innovating and changing at a miraculous rate, so they're always coming out with new and better.
Just look at how car seats have changed over the years. Today's seats are no doubt safer. Like in the case of Load Legs, a clever feature originally from Europe that gives car seats extra support by extending a leg from the car seat base to the car floor.
It allows for crash forces to be absorbed more so by the car seat and the load leg and less crash energy to be transferred to your child occupant.
CR's crash testing shows the added safety benefit of a load leg as it limits both the car seat and the child's motion.
We've found that when using infant-sized dummies, that there was an average 46% reduction in head injury risk for seats that have a load leg versus those that don't have a load leg.
You can expect to pay more for that extra margin of safety. For example, CR's top-rated infant seat from Kleck offers excellent crash protection with its load leg. A more reasonably priced seat that also scored best for crash protection is the Evenflow Light Max DLX. Before shopping for a seat with a load leg, check your car's manual for compatibility. This is Marcy Whalen.
Longtime Packer fans will remember the name Bud Grant. He coached against the green and gold for many years as head coach of the Minnesota Vikings. Unfortunately, Grant has died at the age of 95. He coached the Vikings for 18 seasons from 1967 to 1983 and then again in 1985. Grant led the Vikings to 4 Super Bowl appearances, but his teams never captured the Lombardi Trophy. Grant was born in Superior, Wisconsin and graduated from Superior Central and was a first-round NFL draft pick back in 1950. Still ahead tonight, it's win or go home in high school boys hoops. Jordan gets us caught up on a couple sectional finals coming up next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
There are so many things we take for granted. So many things. And along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for their survival for granted too. The elderly, disabled, the veterans, people on limited and fixed incomes, or folks that lost jobs in sectors hardest hit during the pandemic. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? Some people just can't come back. And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind, struggling to keep their heat, water, and power on. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our heat, water, and power providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
So with a Planet Fitness Black Card, I'll get a post-workout glow like that guy?
Everybody knows that you need the glow, the glow, the grow.
And I get a free Amazon Halo to track my fitness and sleep.
Cause when you got the glow, there is no stopping what you want to do. Oh.
And I can bring a friend.
It's a way of life.
Okay, sign me up.
Sign up for the PF Black Card for $1 down, $24.99 a month, and get a free Amazon Halo View. Ends March 15th. It's glow time.
Turn on Bionic Spotlight.
Win, you're heading to the Kohl Center. Lose, and your season is over. That's the fate for boys basketball teams across the state as they battle it out in sectional finals. Edgewood and Lakeside Lutheran going head-to-head in Division III. And the Warriors' last trip to state, 2011. The Crusaders, 2002. Edgewood trailing late first half. Lucas Shula-Coates is able to cut into the deficit as he muscles through the paint, gets the bucket and the foul. The Warriors have the final say heading into the locker room. Levi Burkholtz with a nice little spin move, knocks down the jumper, gives his team a 4-point lead at the break. And they're going to get more separation in the second half. Anders Learman takes it to the cup, extending the Warriors' lead to double digits. Lakeside is heading to state after a 68-65 win. And earlier in D4, Belleville looking to earn its first ever trip to state, taking on top seed Luther. And Belleville kept it competitive in the first half. DeMarcus Connor with the answer. He pulls up for 3. It's a one-possession game. This drive and dime on the stroke of the half kept it in the single digits. Nathan Meyer with the easy finish, but the second half was all Knights. Logan Bear gives Luther a 15-point lead. and it would stay that way. The Knights are state-bound for the second time in 3 seasons. And the Warhawks are still dancing. The Whitewater men's team took down Oswego State tonight in the Elite 8, 77-74, and now they are Final Four bound.
Okay, so speaking of basketball, Jordan, the NCAA tournament selection show for men's and women's basketball is tomorrow, so are you making a bracket?
I am. I'm going to fill one out, and it's funny because we were talking about this in the break. I had never filled out a bracket up until last year.
Which is surprising.
I know. I just didn't do it. I was like, you know what, I'm going to do it. And then I ended up like coming in second for like the on-air talent and doing it, and I was like, oh, maybe it's just fill it out.
So
are you going to do it?
Well, I was just going to ask what your strategy is and realize you probably have a strategy, whereas I don't. I pull up the mascots. Whoever's my favorite mascot.
See, that's a strategy, though.
I have no idea what place I came in because I filled it out. And I didn't look it up after, but maybe I came in first. Who knows? I probably didn't.
You know what? We'll circle back in a couple of days. We'll see how we do. We'll give an update.
All right. Thanks, Jordan. Stay with us when we're back with Final Check of your forecast.
It's Hy-Vee's Super Snack Sale this Friday through Sunday. Frito-Lay party-sized snacks, 3 for just $10. Keebler cookies, just $1.99. And Ritz crackers, only $2.49. Only at Hy-Vee.
Hi, it's me, Anthony Sullivan. And yes, you've actually caught me at home relaxing because life's been pretty worry-free since I got coverage with American Residential Warranty.
You won't believe what ARW covers. Heating and air conditioning, washers and dryers, kitchen appliances, plumbing, water heaters, electrical systems, flat screens and laptops, even pools and spas, and so much more.
Call American Residential Warranty. They'll get you covered.
1-800-217-1473.
Remember this, and the false elector scheme. In Wisconsin, extremist Dan Kelly was the right-wing lawyer behind the scenes of it all. The bipartisan January 6th Commission revealed Kelly advised Trump operatives as special counsel to overturn the will of the people and overthrow the election results. Kelly even went on tour promoting the big lie. On April 4th, vote like democracy depends on it, because it does.
Habesh attorneys are the best of what a personal injury attorney is about.
To get the most money for your case, you need to have a law firm that's unrelenting.
We will fight with all that we have in person power, in knowledge and experience to bring about the result they deserve.
I can't give them their life back how it was, but I can give them the financial compensation to get their life back on track.
Good news! This just in. Your Ford dealers have fresh shipments of their award-winning SUV lineup in stock and ready for you to drive home today. Get your hands on a new Ford, the #1 brand in SUV owner loyalty, including Bronco Sport with standard GOAT modes and Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. And now, here's more good news. Choose FlexBuy on Escape and get 2.9% APR financing for 66 months plus $1,500 FlexBuy cash.
The last couple of years have been difficult, and for some, it's getting even harder.
In Wisconsin, nearly 22% of adults have reported having a mental illness.
Meanwhile, a shortage of therapists, long wait times, and limited resources at the county level have left many behind.
People that are accessing our resources are everyday people that society may view as doing well. It's the people that historically aren't doing well. It's everyone.
It's Hy-Vee's Super Snack Sale this Friday through Sunday. Little Debbie Family Packs, 3 for just $5. Intiman's Little Bites, just $1.99. And Chex Mix, Bugles or Gardettos, 4 for only $5 when you buy 4. Only at Hy-Vee.
State Supreme Court debate, March 21st at 4 p.m.
All right, finally tonight, you guys know the Oscars are tomorrow,
Yep.
right? Yes. Well, while the Oscars celebrates the best of Hollywood, there's another award, we use that term loosely, to celebrate the worst of movies. They're known as the Razzies, now going for its 43rd annual year. The controversial Marilyn Monroe film Blonde received the top dishonor, taking home Worst Picture as well as Worst Screenplay. Elvis also took home 2 Razzies for Tom Hanks as Worst Supporting Actor and Worst Screen Combo. Hanks now joins the list of those who won both a Razzie and an Oscar, including Eddie Redmayne, Halle Berry, Jared Leto, and Nicole Kidman. It's Leto's second Razzie win, this time for Worst Actor in the film Morbius. I don't know what that says about you if you win an Oscar and a Razzie. I mean, kind of makes these awards not as legit.
Get the highs and the lows.
And I think
Yeah.
From the weather, I got to find the transition
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
March, you can get an Oscar for nice weather, and you can get a Razzie for not nice weather, and I think
I'm
it's
voting
the
Razzie
latter.
right now.
Yeah.
Razzie.
Yeah, it's a Razzie. For
Very
sure.
likely. Many are probably thinking that too. Let's take a look at the visibilities out there right now. Anywhere from a couple miles down to a mile and a half in some areas under some of those snow bands that continue to move across the area. Those snow bands will carry on through your Sunday night and periodically give us more snow over the next 24 hours.
Could be a little messy. Make sure to stay up to date with you guys.
You betcha.
Thanks for joining us tonight. Weekend Morning starts at 6:30.